Hey, and welcome back to the Lotus Roche Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Roche Ignite is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. All right, come on in and get in where you fit in. We got my girl, Jennifer Foxworthy. Tonight. Let's go, y'all. Woo! Hey, come on in and tell a friend and tell a frenemy too. They know what to do. Come on in with Lotus Roche Ignites and get ignited. Come on. Hey. Woo! Some of y'all know what that means when I do that. What's in your woo? If y'all saw my previous broadcast last year, I had a phenomenal guest on here, and we both do our woos, honey. And what's in your woo tonight? Your woo. You know, that's a song too. That's by my boy, yeah. But anyway, your woo should do something for you. It should help inspire you, ignite you, so you can ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And it's your girl, Lotus Roche, and I'm back tonight with my friend, Jennifer Foxworthy, and we are bringing inspiration to every nation. Why? Because we can. Now listen, I always say this to you. Go ahead and get your notepad and get your pen. Get your eyebrow pencil, get your lipstick. And speaking of lipstick, let me get my lips a little cuter. Okay, here, let me put some lipstick on. All right. Because you know, I'm going to be next to Miss, you see Diva, right? Whoa, here we go. You see Diva right there, right? I got to get right. I got to get right and tight because she on my show tonight. All right, here we go. All right, you beautiful divas out there, and divos for the brothers, divos for the brothers, because we always like the brothers coming in with us. So listen, folks, if you are coming in tonight, please go ahead, get your notepad, get your pen, because note takers are money makers and they are change makers. And if you're ready to make some change in your life, it's time for you to take your power back 360 in your personal life. You need to have some peace. You need to know your purpose, and you got to understand how to keep your power. That's right. And so as we talk tonight, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask her some questions. I want y'all to put her in the hot seat because my guest is phenomenal. She's been all over the world, and she's a speaker. She's a mother too. She's a wife, but most importantly, she's a person just like you and I. And she hails all the way from York, Pennsylvania. She's a prior wave, if you will. And for those of you that don't know what a wave is, she's a Navy gal just like me. She spent 21 years in the Navy, and she's an honored retired veteran. And she also is an author, and she's a speaker. She's domestic violence thriver. And you know, many of you know that's near and dear to my heart. And she's here tonight, and she's going to share many of her accomplishments. And for those of you that are Toastmasters, surprise, surprise, she's a Toastmaster as well. And so you are going to want to take notes when this phenomenal speaker and powerhouse comes on the show. If you don't take notes, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to miss a fabulous time tonight. And so come on in and get in where you fit in, and make sure you like, share. And if you can start a watch party, run and share. Start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Roche is hot on the box tonight. And I know I've already had people asking me, Lotus, what's in your cup? Well, I will tell you what's in my cup, but you go ahead and get you a cup too. Tonight, I am drinking some good old water. And don't forget, get your Ignites cup. Take a sip with me. Nothing like some good old water, especially water with some lemon in it. And tonight, I don't have my lemon in my water. So I got to get me some lemon later on, okay? So come on on in and get in where you're fitting, because it's time to get this party started. And listen, when you come in, let us know where you're coming in from. Y'all know how to come in the house, don't you? Come on in my house. And make sure you tag somebody. Share this on your page. Share this with your mama, your daddy, your dog Rufus, your dog Toto. I don't care. Share it all over the globe, because the person that's coming in tonight has some information that you need to know about taking your power back 360 degrees. She's not going to take us halfway there. She's going to take us all the way there. You know why? Because she cares. So with no further ado, I'm going to put this right back to you. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with the diva over there, the remarkable Jennifer Foxworthy. Are you ready? Are you a fox? And are you ready? And are you worthy? Well, I think you are, and so is she. So I'm going backstage to get her. Be right back. Hey, we've got this fabulous show here for you tonight. Come on. We got her, folks. Jennifer Foxworthy. Raise your hand out on the box tonight. Come on. Bring it in. She's an active member of the Women's Veteran Speakers and much, much more. She's a lifetime member of the Women's Veteran Interactive BWBT. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because tonight we're doing it right as we discuss. Take your power back 360. Personal peace, purpose, and power. Right here on the Lotus Lady Night Show. Welcome, Jennifer Foxworthy. Come on, y'all.
Oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
Hello. How are you, Jennifer? Woo woo. It's so great to see you. Mwah. I'm honored to have you on the show. I salute you for your many, many years of service,
Yes.
sacrifice, and just selflessness, because of course we have to be selfless in order to give the way you have given to so many all over the world by serving your country. So thank you so much for doing so. So Jennifer, I've shared a little bit with the folks that you're the president and CEO founder at Unstoppable Youth Ministries Incorporated. You are also the CEO and founder at Inspirationally Speaking LLC. You are also a retired U.S. veteran. You're a speaker, you're an author, you're a domestic violence thriver, and you're a soul sister, and you are a survivor. And I am so happy to have you here tonight. Now, I know I introduced you, but I would like for you to share some more about you with our guests.
Thank you so much, Lotus, for that beautiful welcome and introduction. Again, my name is Jennifer Foxworthy. I am a wife. Actually, May 19th will be 14 years married to my amazing husband, Tom. I have an extraordinary son, 10 years old, 3 bonus children who are much older than our son. I'm a dual entrepreneur. I'm a combat veteran. And I just love life. I love people. I'm a super extrovert. So that's why I'm all over the place doing what I do.
Awesome.
Difference.
Awesome. So we are happy to have you. You know, you said that you've been married for 14 years. Well, you know what? That's longer than some of us live in the same house. That's longer than some of us work at the same job. That's longer than some people's oldest child. So congratulations to you. I know your anniversary is coming up. Woo woo. So go ahead and give Jennifer some love, and put a L in the comment for Jennifer. Put an L in the comment, and her husband's name is Tom. And so if you really want to get creative, put an L in the T. Give some love to Jennifer and Tom from me. All right. Awesome. So Jennifer, I tell you, you have done so much in your life. You have an incredible bio, but we would have to do like 3, 4, 5 shows to tell it all. We could tell it all in one show, but you are an amazing woman, and I'm happy you're here. And before long, we're going to check out our viewers, because I know we have viewers from all over the world, but I'd like to get right into it. So tonight we are talking about Take Your Power Back 360. And, you know, a lot of people don't really understand what power is, or that they even have power. But we're not talking about just the word power. We're talking about their personal, their peace, their purpose, and their power. So what inspired you to come to the show to talk about this powerful topic tonight?
Because I've experienced it firsthand, and it happens in our childhood with traumatic experiences, whether bullying, dysfunctional home environment. And when a person relinquishes their self-esteem, their self-worth, their confidence, they're giving that power to someone else. And that's how people can manipulate us to do things that we may not want to do in any facet of our life. And we fail to draw healthy boundaries. And that is just something that I want your viewers to understand, that when we have healthy boundaries, then we have a healthy self-esteem, right? And so it starts in
I was just talking, y'all. I was just talking. See, I mute myself sometimes because when people talking, I'm like, yeah, go ahead, tell them. So what I was saying is, look, Jennifer went in just now. She came and already dropped the mic because she said something that a lot of us don't do in our private life, nor do we do it in our business life. And that is set positive boundaries. Here's the thing. If we don't set positive boundaries, there's a lot of negative things that can happen to us. So Jennifer, I gotta salute you again for just coming in, setting it off. Just setting it off. We gotta set positive boundaries. Love that.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Healthy boundaries is necessary with self and others.
Yes.
And unfortunately, through trauma or just horrible experiences in a childhood, say if a child was molested or raped or just what have you, or bullied, or that power is relinquished, and
yes,
they just sink into low self-esteem, promiscuity, looking for love in all the wrong places, depression. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So all of this is traced back to not being in an environment and having examples of what healthy boundaries look like. And therefore, we are not able to do so ourselves. So with fear. I need to have a healthy boundary with fear and failure, accepting it, or, what does that look like? And then self-care. So I have a quote that if I care about somebody's well-being more than they care about their well-being, then it's time to set healthy boundaries.
Whoo, y'all see my lips moving. I had to mute myself. I was like, woo, go ahead, say it. So this is something that you shared. You shared 3, but this is something that I want to ask you about. And y'all, we're not even into the main meat of what we're talking about. So if you love what she's come already and shared, put a 1 in the comment. Put a 1 in the comment. So here's the question, Jen. Set healthy boundaries with fear. That's one of the things you talked about. And I'd like you to talk a bit more about that. And the reason being is because we know that there is good fear and we know that there's not so good fear. But sometimes we don't set boundaries for either good or bad fear, or not so good fear. Let's use that word, not so good fear. And so we become consumed because we haven't set the boundaries with fear. We haven't set the boundaries with friendship. We haven't set the boundaries with love relationships, even with religious practices. And something else you shared that I want you to touch on, if you would, please. And thank you, y'all. I'm thanking her ahead of time. Is you said you don't need to just set healthy boundaries for other people. You got to set them for yourself. And a lot of times when we say, oh, I just got to set positive boundaries, we're always looking at putting boundaries up against other people, when in fact, we need to do boundaries sometime for ourselves.
Absolutely. When it comes to, like you said, Lotus, there's good fear, there's bad fear. The good fear is like a mother. If your child is trapped in a burning building, you're going to put that fear aside. You have that adrenaline going, but you're going to go in there and try and save your child. Or you might hear about a child trapped under a car. We will have the strength of 10 men to get that car up and off of our baby. The bad fear is when it cripples us in our shoes, in our tracks, and we are unable to move forward with our dreams, our passions, our purposes. That's the fear. And it comes, maybe our trust was betrayed. Maybe we were in a horrible situation where, again, our power was taken. So therefore, I'm not going back outside. Or I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that because of that one bad experience. But it's important to face that fear, or it will have control over you. And then when it comes to the other question with self, with the healthy boundaries with self, many times we may overindulge in eating. When you are overindulging in something that is not natural or over the limits, that's when a healthy boundary needs to be set. Healthy boundaries as far as being promiscuous, we know that's not good. People are, oh, I'm loving, I'm this, I'm that, but our body is a temple. So again, we have to recognize if we are overindulging in something that is, we are either abusing it or we have become addicted to it. And therefore we need to call it for what it is and make plans to pull back the reins and draw that line.
So I want to challenge our viewers out there. Y'all, I'll be going in. If you have set a personal boundary in your personal life, I'd like you to put a number 2 in the comment block below. But also, what is that personal boundary that you have set in your life that has really, really helped you out? And then here's another one for you. If you have set a personal boundary in your business, okay, in your business, I'd like you to put a 3 in the comment. Yeah, it's an interactive audience, honey. You know how I do it, because this is how we ignite and take flight. Put a 3 in the comment below if you've taken positive steps and created positive boundaries in your business. And what was that positive boundaries? Because sometimes, let's face it, Jennifer, sometimes people are afraid to ask for the money. Some people are afraid to tell a client no. Some people overpromise, and we have to set boundaries. I know myself, I've been very guilty of that because I'm a giver. So sometimes I've overpromised, but I've learned over time, and I think we're all still evolving, that you have to set positive boundaries. So if you've set those positive boundaries, we want to know about it. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back, and we're getting right back to business as we continue to talk about doing what? Taking your power back. 360. Personal, peace, purpose, and power. So look, we'll be right back. All right, we coming right back, folks.
Amen.
Amen. Here we go.
It's that time to get your business booming. Get in on this special Wacky Wednesday, counted 30-second video for your company for only $40 on Wacky Wednesday with the remarkable Dr. Lotus Rashay, also known as Mrs. Ignite&TakeFlight, and the networking ninja, Tandra Price. This is a promo Wacky Wednesday for you. Get in on this Wacky Wednesday and use Wacky Wednesday promo to get your 130-second video for your company now and start bossing like the big boys and big boss ladies do. See you there.
You got me running, got me running, got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Raise your hands up, raise your hands up, raise them up, raise them up.
She's here! Jennifer Foxworthy! Come on now, get in where you fit in and make sure you got your notepad and pen as we discuss. Take your power back. 360. Personal peace, purpose, and power. Only here at Lotus Rashay Ignite. Take your power back, Jennifer. Woo! Come on, Jennifer Foxworthy. All right, and we are back, folks. If you are just joining the show tonight, I have the remarkable president and CEO and founder at Unstoppable Ministries Incorporated. She's a founder at Inspirationally Speaking, and she's a retired U.S. Navy veteran. She's a speaker, she's an author, and she is a domestic violence thriver. And tonight we are talking about Take Your Power Back 360. Personal peace, purpose, and power. And tonight she came in and she already dropped the mic. I mean, as soon as she came in. So I say to everybody, go ahead and get your pad and pen because it's time for you to win. And make sure you like, share, and start a watch party. Run and tell somebody to come on in because we are hot on the box tonight. And we're going to go straight into our next question that we have for our phenomenal guest tonight, because listen, we want to give you all the golden nuggets that we can to help you help yourself ignite and take flight in every area of your life. So listen, let's get right into it. And I want to ask, if I may, I know that you're from York, Pennsylvania, so give it up for York, Pennsylvania. She's a York, Pennsylvania native. Whoop, whoop. Okay, and for those of you that want to talk tenacity, this young lady has been serving in the United States Navy. She's retired now, but she don't look like it, do she? For 21 years, and that's awesome. And so one of the things that she came and she shared with us is that we've got to set healthy boundaries in our life and in our business. Why? Because it's a critical thing that we must do. And you shared so eloquently a bit about you, we want to know more about what it is that you do and who inspires you.
Well, as a motivational speaker, I do, keynotes and workshops. That is my passion on the for-profit side with Inspirationally Speaking LLC. And Unstoppable You Ministries, that's my nonprofit organization. And it was birthed basically from platforms that I had under the for-profit, which was my Living Unshackled on Purpose television show, as well as my Unstoppable You conference. But Unstoppable You Ministries is simply amazing because we provide emergency services, public education, training, and supportive resources to the community around the country, but especially to those affected, individuals and families affected by domestic violence, human trafficking, and homelessness. And many people don't realize how heinous these issues are and that it's actually a pandemic that affects us all, whether directly or indirectly. And one individual can experience all three at one time or in their lifetime. So it's important. Lotus, you and I know, being in the military, it's important to be proactive instead of reactive. And then that way, if we're proactive, we can prevent these issues. So I tell people, I would rather come in and educate and bring awareness to you about all these things than to have to set time aside to do an emergency safety plan, because now things have really gotten out of control and the victim is trying to get away. So that leads into what inspires me is when people are set free. And that personal peace, purpose, and power, that was my motto. And I put that personal in front of it because it looks different for everybody. So what is peace, power for Jennifer Foxworthy is going to be different for Lotus and your viewers. We have to examine what is that personal peace, purpose, and power. And for victims or survivors or anyone who's been through something, which we all have, because if you're a living human being, we've been through something. And again, it's a matter of evaluating and taking our power back and saying no more. You got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. So that's what inspires me, people taking their life back.
That's incredible. And, I know that you have done, as I said, a lot of work all around the world, but you've also been featured, on the front cover of various magazines, as you help people take their power back. And I tell you, that's nothing short of excellent, because a lot of times people just get caught up in what they can only do for themselves versus what they can do for the whole wide world. And so that's just wonderful that you were featured. Tell us a little bit about this magazine, if you would.
Gospel for You is the visionary is the brainchild of visionary Reverend Dr. Joanna Burchett. She's located out of Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and she had a television show or a production network, Burchett, and she had a Gospel for You network. And so as our relationship started to blossom, as colleagues, she asked me, hey, would you be interested in starting a television show under her network? And I did, and it actually aired on television. I would purchase paid programming slots, and it aired in like 6 different states with a 2.3 million household reach. And as again, she got to know me and my story and liking what I was doing with interviewing guests, she invited me to be on the cover of her magazine, Gospel for You magazine. Many people don't know that October not only is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I had encouraged her. So Rhonda Briscoe is a very dear friend of mine that I invited to be on the cover with me. And that's how this magazine is educating people. And I thought it would be great to put the two to the side, because many people don't realize many breast cancer or cancer people who are dealing with it, it was many times triggered by the domestic violence. So if the cancer is dormant and all that stress and the control, it will flip a switch. It can flip a cancer switch. And so I know many cancer survivors who have experienced domestic violence.
Yes. And my mother is a cancer survivor, and I know many cancer survivors. And one of the best prescriptions for cancer is a natural prescription. It's the prescription of laughter and living a healthy, happy, and full life with healthy foods and healthy habits, healthy thoughts, and healthy environment. And so, yeah, you're right. It can definitely trigger that. And so I wanted to ask you, we talked about being proactive and not reactive. And so I know that there is a source for you. There is someone that keeps you inspired, that is your reason to do what you do to help so many. And I want to know, what is your why?
My why is my son Noah. Number one, I'm grateful to be a mother, and to have Noah to my husband Tom. Because when I was in my poor relationships and the abusive relationship, it was to a boyfriend, and I wanted him to make me an honest woman and to have children. But praise God that he knew better for me, because many times it's harder to get out of an intimate partner violence relationship when you have children. So I am definitely in a healthy, loving, amazing relationship. But Noah is my why, because he helps me keeps me on my toes. My inner child, little Jennifer, enjoys a second lease on childhood, as well as I'm raising someone's boyfriend, someone's husband, someone's father. So it's important for me to keep myself right, building that legacy, because he inherits it.
Exactly. I concur. And I saw Noah. I was looking at a picture the other day of Noah. Noah was up building something up in the ceiling. And so when you said he keep you on your toes, I was like, yes. So if you all have kids or even grandkids that keep you on your toes, put a number 5 in the comment block below. So I want to say hi to Tom and Noah. Thank you for sharing your wonderful mom and wife with us and with the world, as she does so much greatness for so many great people like our audience that we are talking to tonight. So thank you for that. So I wanted to ask you this. Why is it important for people to have a why? And why is it important for them to know their why?
It's important to have that why, and the need for it is because it gets you out of bed. It gets you up at night. It motivates you. And when you are pursuing your why, it's no longer looked at as a job, but a joy.
Wow. Not a job, but a joy. I hope y'all wrote that down. Because you need to write that down. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back from the break, we're going to jump right to you, our fabulous viewers, and we're going to take some comments from all of you, because I know some of you may have some questions or may just be giving her some praise, and we like that. So listen, we'll be right back. Sit tight. Don't go nowhere, because the show is dynamite. Be right back.
ready? You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it.
She came and she has dropped the mic already. The phenomenal Jennifer Foxworthy is here with us. So come on in and get in where you fit in as we discuss our powerful topic tonight. What? Taking your power back. 360. Personal peace, purpose, and power. Let's get it, folks. All right, and we are back. We have folks all the way from New Jersey here. Miss Daniela Roman. She is a talk show host, a super duper serial entrepreneur and author. So we're happy to have you. Who else do we have with us tonight, Jennifer?
Looks like Angela Elting.
Yes,
from
Angela.
DC.
Whoop, whoop. So we got the Colonel, the show host, the speaker, the Colonel, Dr. Margaret Fournier, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Good to see you. All right. Daniela said, wow, thank you for your service. Awesome. Fantastic. Yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Margaret Fournier, she said, Margaret Andrews Fournier, hello, my friend. Awesome, fantastic. So where are they coming in from? Where's Daniela coming in from?
It appears that she's coming from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Woo, woo! And so let's look. So many people came in. They gave you and Tom some love. I love it. I like to see the L's and the T's. Awesome. And who else do we have?
Wow, Scarlett Croissant, bonjour, watching from France. Powerful ladies.
Woo, woo! And then we also have the remarkable Charlene Sparks. She says, greetings from North Carolina. Charlene Sparks, founder of Women with Vision, INC. And y'all make sure y'all join her event on the 19th of June coming up. It's going to be hot on the box. I got to get Charlene back on the show too. All right. So who else do we have in the coming down here? Let me see. Hold on. All right. I see. Who else do we have?
The beautiful Miss Karen K.J. Johnson. Good evening, Dr. Lotus Richey.
Hey. Awesome. And you got twos, you got threes. There's a bunch of comments in there. I can't get to all of them, but we do have Miss Versosa from the Philippines. Great to see you. We are happy to have you here. Woo, woo. Yes. And for those of you that's just joining us tonight, I've got a phenomenal guest here tonight. She and I, Miss Jennifer Foxworthy, we are talking about Take Your Power Back 360, personal peace, purpose, and power. And we've shared some golden nuggets with you today. Why it's important. This is where we're going now. Why it's important to have your why and know your why. We kind of touched on that, but why is it important for people to learn and know their legacy? And what can people learn from your legacy?
I think it's important for people to build a positive legacy, because it can be negative. You got those people who are toxic and nobody wants to be around. And you definitely, granted, you might be in your coffin, you got your funeral, but you don't want to have it empty in the room, or people just scowling like, I'm glad they did. No, you want people to celebrate your life. And so that legacy is a blueprint for others to be inspired by. It's very important for me to live each moment to the fullest. And that's why I try to take fear and cast it down, bind it, pray about it, to not even have it in my realm. Do I have good and bad days? Absolutely. But it's a matter of recognizing. And that legacy, again, I'm passing that down to people who are looking at me, my child, my husband. You know, Dr. Lotus, we inspire many people. So they see, well, Jennifer and Dr. Lotus, they are very down to earth and they're doing this and they're doing that. Well, God is no respecter of persons. So if he can do it
Exactly.
for them, he certainly can do it for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to hold on to, is by sharing my testimony, by utilizing my speaker services, say giving a leadership workshop of some sort. People are gleaning something from what I'm saying. So
Yes.
I just want to live my life, and that's what that legacy is. It's a blueprint for others to be inspired by, not necessarily to walk in my footsteps, but create their own footsteps to walk along beside mine.
Wow. And I like that, a lot of times people want you to kind of jump on their shoulders and be carried by them,
Right.
especially when we have parents or people who are coaches and stuff. They want to carry us because
Right.
they know the blueprint. But what I
Mhm.
heard you say is you want people to create their own footprint and
Yes.
have their own footstep so that they can walk beside you. That's huge.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's huge. And
It's
that's really
important.
a releasing of control, because a lot of times people try to control other people and say, look, I'm the mommy, I'm the daddy, I'm the so and so, you follow me. But I'm hearing you say, no, we have to allow people to just be who they are, have their own life. Although we're setting, positive, healthy, strong boundaries, this is one of the ways that we set those healthy, strong boundaries, is really understanding that it's critical just to let people be who they are. That's some secret sauce. That's some secret sauce.
Absolutely. It's
I love it.
necessary.
So, with that being said, I wanted to ask, what is one thing that you wish you would have known when you were younger than, learning out in the now? Because a lot of times when we look back 2020, a lot of people say a vision is 2020, hindsight is 2020. But the thing is that some of us still blind.
Hmm.
But what do you wish that you would have known, that you would have seen, that could have carried you a little further?
I wish I would have known I wish people would have poured into me more, that I was fearfully and wonderfully made. Kids can be cruel, they tease, they pick, they bully. And it's so important to have a child understand early on that no matter what anybody says, this is what God says, and
Yes.
his word is truth. So if he says that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and that he knew me before I was, he knitted me before I was, in my mother's womb, that I need to hold on to that. And then that my body is a temple. If I
Yes.
knew those two things, if I really planted, if the seed was truly planted in my mind, I think I would have fared off better as a child
Mhm.
growing up. Because when I was growing up, being dark skinned with full lips was not considered
Yes.
attractive.
Mhm.
The light skin, long hair, that was considered attractive. So with me, it was common, unfortunately, to have other ethnicities to point out these external features.
Right.
But when I was in high school, I had three African American boys start bullying me and pointing out these very features as well. So, in my impressionable mind,
Mhm.
if white, Latinos, Asians, if they don't think I'm attractive, and now people who look like me, I look like their mother, have the same features, don't consider it attractive, I must be the ugliest thing walking the face of the earth. So any
Mhm.
self-esteem that I had was basically non-existent. And that's what I suppressed it, I thought,
Mhm.
but when it's not addressed and processed, it comes out in other ways. So
Whoo! Mhm. That's some secret sauce. I hope you all are taking notes. It comes out in other ways. Wow. How? Let's go there. Let's go there. We've got some time, so let's go there. What other ways did you notice that it was coming out in your life?
I was in my teenage, my 20s, early 30s, promiscuous. Didn't want to be. I wanted to be in stable relationships. Mm-hmm. But again, I didn't have a healthy, I was looking for love and acceptance. And unfortunately, you sacrifice certain things. You sacrifice those boundaries with self and others to fill that void. And that love and acceptance, I now realize that has to start with me. I didn't know my worth when, again, it's that power and control. So I compartmentalized being in the military. I'm already in a male-dominated industry, and then I was in an elite group, your naval air crew, so that was Caucasian male-dominated. So I compartmentalized with my relationships, with my career, and then flying combat missions. And it's not always the healthiest because you go through life with blinders on, and now I see it can be like an Esau mentality where you're so narrow-minded, you end up giving things away. So that's how I sacrificed things, because the low self-esteem was not processed at an early age. And I became a gambler abuser. So when I was in my abusive relationship, we both enjoy going to casinos. And that casinos became that escape. He would go his way, I would go mine. Casinos have no windows, it has no clocks. So I just sat at the machine and just put money in, keep feeding, and watching the reels go round. And that was my escape. But I'll share with you all transparently, once I was able to get out of that relationship and get into my marriage now, I carried that bad habit into my marriage. So I wasn't going every day or anything like that. It was once in a blue moon. But when I did, I went hard. So it was like putting old wine into new wineskins. So that's what happens when we don't set healthy boundaries with self and others, and we suppress any issues that are not processed. And that's why it's so important for self-awareness and self-care.
Yes, it is. You hit the needle right on the top of the head, I tell you. So we're going to take a quick break for some of our folks that sponsor us. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life.
It's time for you to start bossing in social media. For all your social media needs, you come to the right place at the right time to get your website designed, landing page, social media platforms, and get the training you need to get in front of the people that's ready to buy your products and services. Let me train you with StreamYard, Zoom, Clubhouse, and much more. And let me help you get your virtual professional, not assistant, because this can only assist you, but the virtual professional can give you that professional flavor that you need to expand your reach and increase your revenue. Jump on in and get in where you fit in and start boxing today.
You got me running, got me running, you got me running, got me shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Raise your hands up, raise your hands up.
About getting right and tight as you take your power back. 360 personal peace, purpose, and power. Come on, y'all. Support the show. Come on, y'all. Let's go. All right. So we are back with my phenomenal guest, Jennifer Foxworthy. We have dropped the mic all night long as she shared with us how to take your power back 360. Your personal peace, your purpose, and your power is like, it's critical. You got to have it. So Jennifer, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. I want to thank you for, you really dropped some golden nuggets. You talked about legacy. You talked about your why, your purpose. You gave us some secret sauce, and you really got deep down and transparent with us about what it means to have self-worth, and how that is connected to your self-want. And you got to want yourself because people are really worth it. And you also talked about the fact that if we continue to suppress the things that are bothering us, we're going to keep being a mess. Just plain and simple. We're going to keep being a mess. So with that being said, we are almost at the top of the hour. But I want to let our viewers hear some words of wisdom from you. And look, we got people still streaming in. We got the fabulous Camille Robb from Orlando, Florida. She's streaming in. Yay. Whoop, whoop. It's great to see you. And so, folks, if you're still streaming in, go ahead and share this broadcast with somebody. Hit the replay, send it to them in Messenger. Let us know who you're sending it to. We definitely want to know, because we want to make sure we're inspiring people all over the globe. And we know that we are, but we want to inspire people that you're connected to too, because this is the key. If people that you're connected with all around you are inspired and you have a gloomy day, Jennifer, what do you think that'll be for a person if they got great people around them? How do you think that will impact them?
Oh gosh, that's iron sharpening iron. So there, people surrounding you, uplifting you, you're not going to stay dull for long unless you don't have your peace, purpose, and power. So it's important to have the circle that, just like Moses, people on each hand, when you're getting tired and weary, they're lifting you up and encouraging you and cheering you on. It's extremely important having that network.
Okay, good. There we go. Thank you. So I was saying that I know you've shared so many gems, and I know we're getting to the top of the hour, but I can't let you get away without sharing with us some more of your secret sauce, because I know you got a lot going on, a lot coming up with you. And I want to know what's next for you, what's coming up. And also, I want to know about this book, Inspirationally Speaking, and about your inspirationallyspeaking.com. So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so what I have coming up in May 19th, actually on my anniversary, I will be giving a keynote to the Lancaster Area Express Network. It's a women's entrepreneur network organization in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So I'm looking forward to that. That's in person. That is open to all women in and around that area, not members and non-members. Again, that is May 19th at 7:30 a.m. at the Lancaster Country Club. Then I also have on my nonprofit side the 21st Unstoppable You Conference. And I'm really excited because here I am, and all the conferences lined up for this tour this year were supposed to be in 2020, but due to the pandemic, I had to postpone everything. So it's fitting that here in 2021, I am kicking off the 21st Unstoppable You Conference at my church in Mechanicsville, Maryland. But it's not just if you're able to get there in person, that has the greatest impact. But it's a hybrid event. So people can watch around the globe virtually. They can get their tickets on Eventbrite, and that's https://UYCSOMD2021.eventbrite.com. That's where you're going to get your tickets. That's June 12th. So the 21st Unstoppable You Conference is Saturday, June 12th. After that, we will be in Jacksonville, Florida on September 25th. And then, God willing, we will be in York, Pennsylvania. We'll round it up, the tour in my hometown, on November 13th. So that is the Unstoppable You Conference tour, and it'll all be hybrid. We don't want anybody to miss out. As event organizers, we have to pivot and think of everybody's concerns and needs.
Of course. And so what I'd like you to do, Jennifer, while you're doing it, I'm going to pull something up for you. I'd like you to please put the Eventbrite in our chat, and I will take it and put it in our comments. And so with that being said, I'd like to make sure each and every one of you go and check Jennifer out on her website, Veteran Leadership. She's a keynote speaker, as she shared with you. If you want her to come to your event and speak for you, please reach out to her, connect with her, and she will be delighted to help you out. And then also make sure you check her out. Get the magazine that she talked about. It's phenomenal, and you're going to love it. You're going to get to read her story in this awesome magazine. If you haven't gotten it, connect with her, and she will help you help yourself to get this awesome magazine. And then also make sure you connect with her on her Facebook page. You want to connect with her there and send her a friend request. She's very nice. She'll be happy to say hello and connect with you. She is a woman for every season and every reason. So make sure you check her out, connect with her, and I'm putting her information in the comment so that you can have it as well. So make sure you connect with her there. And if you look in the comment, you'll see it right there for you. All right, there you go. And so we see Dr. Randy Ward. Hey, Dr. Randy Ward, it's great to see you. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you here. And so like Angela said, community help people thrive, and people need people. As our friend, the remarkable Pat Rogers, always says, people need people. And so with that being said, make sure you get to her page. And here is the Unstoppable Conference page for you, if you will. It's right here in the comments, so that you, right from where you are, you can click on it and go right to the Eventbrite and go ahead and grab your ticket and get your virtual seat, if you will. So with no further ado, I'm going to kick it right over to you for your final words of wisdom as we come to the close for this broadcast tonight. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. So she's up to the hot seat, folks, with her final words of wisdom. Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lotus. It's important for each and every one of us to live our best life. It's how we build our legacy. It's how we make a difference. And I would just encourage people to reach out to me if I can be of service, if I can motivate your audience, your listeners, your viewers. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Our testimony, without a test, there's no testimony. And without a mess, there's no message. Exactly. So I just encourage you to just...
There you go. That's better.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So I just encourage people to reach out and release the guilt and shame. Take back your power. Take back your peace. And live on purpose. That's my message for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And my message is, don't forget to grab her book. She's got a published book. It's called Tomorrow My Sunshine Will Come, Memoirs of Women Who Survived Domestic Violence. So I'd like you to tell us a bit about that.
This book, when I retired in 2013, and I realized the statistics that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men will be in a severe physical abusive relationship in their lifetime, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not the only one thinking I'm crazy to allow myself to be in this type of relationship. And it's about releasing that guilt and shame. So when I started speaking it was supposed to be just a memoir of myself. But then I had other women that I was stationed with in the service that were saying, me too. I was like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? So not only does it's not an anthology. I wrote and self-published this, but 5 other ladies had the courage to share their story with me. 5 of us, 6, we experienced our domestic violence in the relationships while we were active duty. So it really highlights what a service member, especially a woman, goes through when they are serving in the armed forces, as well as being in these horrible relationships. And we're able to identify the enemy when we are in uniform. But when the enemy is someone who professes that they love us, we struggle to identify that. And that's a problem.
Thank you. So as we shared before, and I'll mute you, we have some cross feedback, so sometimes I'm muted. But anyway, folks, as many of you know, the Ignite platform is gearing up for a roundtable where we're going to have women and men from all over the world that are going to come and share on the roundtable of domestic violence, how they have survived and thrived, so that someone out there can know that you are not alone, and there is a army of people with stretched out arms here for you to help help yourself to ignite and take flight and overcome the domestic violence in your life. So make sure you join us when we bring Miss Foxworthy back for this roundtable. And please be sure to grab her book right there on Amazon. It's very affordable. It's only $15.99, and you can get that book. You can also get it on Kindle for $9.99. For those of you that don't want people delivering stuff to your home, go ahead and get the Kindle. You will be happy that you did. And so, with no further ado, these are my final words of wisdom for you. Make sure that you take your power back, not some part of the way, not halfway, but all the way, 360 degrees in your personal peace, purpose, and power. Take your power back. So, Jennifer, I'm super duper happy that you came here tonight. Woo woo! We have had a great time. I can't wait to have you back on the show. And folks, please go ahead, show us some love. Go ahead and support us. You can support us by Zelle, PayPal, and even Cash App. Go ahead and show your love and support the show so we can continue to bring more awesome folks just like Jennifer Foxworthy to our program. And again, thank you, Tom and Noah, for sharing your wonderful wife and mother with us tonight here at the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. And with no further ado, we want to wish to all of you a wonderful ignite and night. And remember to ignite, take flight in every area of your life, because guess what? Jennifer, myself, and so many more people, we are coming together to bring inspiration to every nation. Why? Because we can. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.
You ready? You got me running. You got me running. Got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, baby.
Special thanks to our wonderful guest, Miss Jennifer